Welcome to another episode of the K&I Car Show. I am Kevin Passman on the south side of the world. That is my man Isaac Eubank on the north side. We got both sides covered. And today we're talking about cars we regret selling. And if you guys are into cars or regrets, just subscribe to our channel, man. It's right there in the corner, just follow us a little bit. And I promise you won't regret it. Wish I hadn't said that. Now I kind of regret that. Today we're talking about cars we regret selling, and the one I regret selling the most, I think, is my 1975 280Z with the 5-speed manual transmission. These Zs were made. This is the first year of the 280Z. They made them from 75 to 79, and this one has a 2.8 liter. Straight 6 engine. It was the first year of the fuel injection. Really advanced upgrade for those years. One night, I was living in New Orleans at the time. I put a bid in on eBay for $4,000 for this car, and went to bed thinking there's no way it's going to sell for that, And I woke up the next morning. Congratulations, you won the bid. So I was like, I guess I'm going to Indiana to pick up a car, right? So bought some flights to Fort Wayne, Indiana, gathered my dad, and we took off, and we drove that thing home for $4,000. That's pretty good.
Wow.
It was a solid car, no rust in the car. The engine ran pretty well, but it wobbled a little bit on the way back, like poor driving. The AC wouldn't work. It's a hot time of year. I'm thinking for $4,000, still, they normally go for at least double that. When I got home, I realized that the problem with the air conditioner, that it was just overcharged. You put too much Freon in it. So I just dropped the Freon. That's it. I dropped the Freon to a normal range in the green, and that air conditioner started kicking. And in Louisiana in August, man, you needed that, I was so happy with that, man, because I was just going to go without the air conditioner. That's just the way these old cars are. But the AC started working, and then I put some quality tires on it, and it drove straight, man. That was the only problem with the wobbling and stuff, man. Cheap tires. So
nice, man.
I really scored with this one, man.
Yeah, those are always fun stories to hear. You want to hear, those kinds of things when you buy cars. I usually don't have those types of stories because I'm not that, that knowledgeable. So it's always a gamble with me when I buy a car. But yeah, man, that sounds like you really made out. And then you turned around and sold it. How much did you sell it for?
You don't want to know that. I made this car into a 240Z clone is what I did, man.
Oh, really?
The best of both worlds. Well, I switched those bumpers out. I took those big park bench bumpers off that were regulated. They were required in the mid-'70s, but I put those early 240Z bumpers, those tiny little, almost like a strip of chrome around there, man.
Oh, wow.
It shortened the car, it lightened the car, accentuated the original lines of the car better, And I put those 240Z wheels on. Those wheels are an Appliance mesh wheel that are pretty rare. But they were a dealer option. They didn't come from the factory. And that's a deep dish. The deep dish ones are almost impossible to find these days. I look for 6-8 months every day to find those. And I found those. I should have kept the wheels, that's for damn sure. Because I had the original slot mags that I could have put back on there. But those wheels fit on all kind of Toyotas and things like that. But those, I truly regret selling those Appliance mesh wheels. Those are really hard to find, man. Those were in beautiful condition.
Yeah. That car is a badass car, man. I definitely would regret
It's a beautiful
selling.
car.
Yeah, that's like sex on wheels, man. I'm always asking you to bring something sexy to the table, and you finally do, and it's something that you gave up.
It's gone, man. It's gone.
Oh,
and,
my gosh.
The oil field dropped out, man. It bottomed out. I needed a few dollars, And this car, I absolutely loved it. But the other cars have either sentimental value or they're like really, really original cars that you can't find. And I kind of went with the numbers here. Like I could probably find another Z car somewhere down the way but since then they've like doubled in value or tripled.
You must have really been hungry, man, because we all know that car guys get nice cars like that so they can get laid, and to give some power like that up, you must have really been hungry.
Oh, it was bad, man.
The way you're telling the story, man, it's like you just got your this car like a couple of years ago, This wasn't like one of your first cars?
No. This is like it's about 2013.
Oh, okay. So we're strictly talking about
Yeah,
cars we
years.
regret selling, not like some car you got when you were a kid and sold stupidly. See, that's what happened to me. I got a Ford. Yeah, I got a 1970 Ford F100, and I loved it. It was a beautiful truck. Nothing wrong with it. And I went to the Army.
We're not talking about cars. We're not talking about cars we regret buying. We're talking about cars we regret selling.
No, it's $700, man. I didn't regret, and it was given to me. It was my very first car, my 16th birthday. And then I went to the Army when I was 17, and I needed beer money, so I had my parents sell it for $700 and send me the money.
Oh man, I'm a Ford man. I'm just joking around.
Yeah, man.
Just jerking your timing chain, man. That's all.
Just jerking my timing chain. I'm looking at the car. It's beautiful. It's a nice car, right? And I'm just imagining this car pulling up. I'm coming like maybe out of like a hot restaurant. You know what I mean? And this car pulls up, and the door opens. The valet opens the door, and the person coming out is going to be like, tough looking, got some cool jeans, some boots, maybe a leather jacket on or something. You know what I mean? They're going to get out and just be like, be the man, like the Fonz or something, And then I look at the pictures that you posted, and it doesn't match the car at all. It's like, you've got these goofy sandals and these shorts. It's like,
but that's from earlier in my life with the other cars that I regret selling, man. Like,
but how does
I had a Toyota Supra, man.
How does the taste not translate over? You know what I'm saying? If you have good taste in cars, you should have somewhat okay taste in clothes, man. You should have known that sandals are never a good option.
Oh man, in the 90s they were cool, man. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know. I'm still learning these things.
You're
man.
still learning?
I'm a young man. Yeah. I have to rely more on my style now because my looks are going a little bit, man. Back then I was just like, I'm kind of young and handsome. I'm cool. But now I got this, so I have to focus more on the attire. Back then I really didn't care. It's like, cheap dollar store sandals. I'll put them on. Let's do this.
The truth is now you have a woman. You know what I'm saying? And she takes care of you, and you look amazing. You know what I'm saying? Before you were struggling, man. You were struggling.
She bought this nice wool shirt, man.
That's what I was going to say. All the credit goes to your woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Because without her, poor guy, man. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you. I'm just pulling your timing chain.
I had the Toyota Supra. I love that car too, and I bought it $1,500, like in 1991, 92. Every penny I had, and that was a good car too, but I don't have a lot of pictures of that one or video, man. Everybody didn't have cameras all over the place back then, I looked a little goofy in that, and I had that 59 Rambler that I bought about 1997. I bought that from the original owner for $1,000, man.
Oh wow!
And changed it. It'd been sitting for about a year or so, but they put some fresh gasoline in it, man, and drove it around for quite a while, man.
Yeah.
I love that old Rambler too. I think I might try to find that. I know where that car is now. I think I can go back and actually get that car.
Really?
It's probably gonna. Yeah. I sold it to a family friend, and I'm sure it's still sitting in his barn. I want to see what condition it is. Maybe we'll do a follow-up episode on that, man. I think the barn actually fell on top of it, though. I think the barn has rotted and fallen on top of it. So I think it'll make a good little story, man.
Yeah.
Might need you to help me with the labor on that one to try to get the barn off the top of it so we can see the car.
Not a problem. Man, I think that'd actually be fun, man. We should try to do an episode about that, finding the car that you regret selling. Also, I want to try to find a similar Ford truck and get it that I used to have, the 1970 Ford F100. I would love to get another one of those, but the color, and the rims, all that shit. It's going to be a little bit hard.
It's going to cost you more than $700, though.
Yeah, huh? What do you think they're worth now?
Yeah. Oh, it depends on the condition, but even the ones that are selling over here in New Zealand, just very average condition, are like 20 grand.
Jeez.
But you can get one. You can still get one in the States for about. You can get one for about $4,000 in the States, man. It's decent condition, running, original. Might need a little cosmetic work, but you can find them.
Yeah. Cool deal, man.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. I think that we covered it. And we got plans for a future episode, man. I think we've done our job.
Well, it's the time for yes or no, bullshit or not. How stupid is Isaac? Is Kevin a liar? Whatever you want to call it, man. You want to start into that?
Yeah, we can totally do that, man. Let's knock that out.
Okay. This car. Yes or no? You got to tell me, true or false, man. We know the game.
Yeah.
The name of this car in Japan is the Fair Lady, because the president of Nissan was a big fan of the musical My Fair Lady, man. Could that possibly be true?
Oh, man. No. That's false.
Yes, it is too.
Wow.
Absolutely true, man. You know these
Wow.
Japanese people, they're a little, I shouldn't say stuff like that, but
You know these Japanese people.
sorry, Russell. My stepdad's Japanese, man. Sorry. Good dude.
Oh, man.
He's very large. I shouldn't talk to him. Anyway, but yeah, man, it was like he wanted to call the car, and actually in Japan it is called the Fair Lady.
Oh, wow.
But it doesn't translate like it does here, you know. And they wanted to sell them here, and it's like, no dude is gonna buy a car called the Fair Lady, not a sports car, you know. And they renamed it the 240Z and then the 260Z, and a much more fitting name for here.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's another one, man. Some of these early Z cars are selling for more than $1 million, man. True or false, man?
That's
Did
false.
I make that one up?
You made that bullshit up. I mean, maybe New Zealand dollars, but not fucking American. That's crazy.
No, man. In January, an early 1970 432R sold for $1.1 million, man. US dollars.
Jesus Christ.
I know, man. I know.
Jesus
It's crazy.
There's no
It was
resale to
a
that,
rare
though. There's
one.
zero. That dude just bought it from strict nostalgic purposes. Like, he loved that car and he had the money to spend, because who else is going to fucking pop on that?
Because it's a rare version. It's a little bit of a bullshit question, but it looks pretty standard though when you look at it. The 432R.
It doesn't look any
looks like
special?
one with the. It's a special version. The R is the race version. They lightened the car a little bit. They put an early GTR engine in it, but it runs better with that. It's a little lighter. But they made about 500 of those versions, and those things are skyrocketing like crazy. Those 432s, but it's a rare version. So, but you can still get one of these for about 15 grand. Yeah,
That's a
here's another
huge
one.
jump from 15 grand to $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a rare version of it, but it looks pretty standard when you look at it. It looks like just any somebody changed the mirrors and the wheels, and you're like, somebody just souped their little Z car up a little bit, but it's very rare. So,
Dude.
I gotta have one of those, but man.
You do, man.
But okay, here's another one, man. The guy who designed this car, Yoshiko Matsuo, he only agreed to do the project if Nissan agreed to never put an automatic transmission in his car, because the person who wanted an automatic transmission would never understand the spirit of the car. Is that true or false?
I want to say true. I do. I want to say true because it sounds like something one of those Japanese, like you would say, would do.
Yeah. But you know what? It's false, but it should be true, man, because anybody who wants an automatic version of this car does not understand the car.
Yeah.
They have automatic versions, but
I would
you
be
want
one of those
one,
people,
man?
probably. You know what I mean? Because, I like shit simple, you know? Kiss.
Oh, man. I've been trying to teach you something, man. You have not learned yet, man. Okay.
All right.
Okay, here's one. What does this car have in common with Bruce Lee?
Oh, man. This is another freaking... this is more slander against the Asian community.
No, it's a legit question.
They're both fast.
That's one. It's small, it's Asian, and it's fast, and it was cool in 1975, and it's cool now.
Cool deal.
Yeah, we've done it, man.
Awesome.
Talked about cars and regrets and cars, and you guys, like I said, man, right there in the bottom corner, man. You like this goofy episode? Subscribe is right there in the corner, man.
Yeah, subscribe, man. Comment. Let us know. DM us. Send us some pics. We don't care. We want to get to know you guys. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Stay safe, man. Peace.